Have you ever wondered if the streets of Jerusalem still whisper tales of Jesus? Join us as we delve into the Old City, uncovering hidden evidence and tracing the footsteps of history. Welcome, friends. Today we invite you on a journey through time, through narrow stone streets, past ancient walls, under the same sky that watched the footsteps of history unfold. The Old City of Jerusalem is not just a place on a map. It is a living heartbeat that connects faith, culture, and history. It is the spiritual home for billions of people and holds deep meaning for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. For Christians, it is where Jesus walked, taught, healed, and gave hope to many. For Jews, it is the city of David, the place of the temple, and the center of prayer and promise. For Muslims, it is where the Prophet Muhammad is believed to have ascended during the night journey. Walking these streets, you feel the weight of centuries. Every stone has a story, and every corner holds secrets of faith. Today, we are here to explore the evidence of Jesus' life and ministry within this ancient city. We will take you from the Temple Mount to the Via Dolorosa, from Golgotha to the Holy Sepulchre, and beyond the walls where faith still lives. We will search for signs, stories, and echoes that continue to shape lives around the world. Jerusalem is not an ordinary city. It is a place that holds stories of hope, trials, faith, and redemption. The Old City is divided into 4 quarters: the Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and Armenian quarters. Each one has its own character, traditions, and places of worship. Together, they form a mosaic that has stood for thousands of years. Throughout history, Jerusalem has seen empires rise and fall. It has seen prophets, kings, and pilgrims walk its streets. For Christians, it is the city where Jesus was presented at the temple, where he taught crowds, and where he was crucified and resurrected. The preservation of the Old City helps us understand the past and connect it to our present. The ancient walls and gates, the narrow alleys, and the lively markets give us glimpses into the world Jesus would have known. When you walk through the Damascus Gate or the Jaffa Gate, you enter a living museum, a place where faith and history come together. One of the most significant sites in Jerusalem is the Temple Mount. For Jews, it is the holiest place, the site of the first and second temples. For Muslims, it is home to the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock. For Christians, it is a place where Jesus taught, prayed, and challenged religious authorities. During Jesus' time, the temple was a grand structure, known as Herod's Temple. It was the center of Jewish religious life, where sacrifices were offered, and festivals were celebrated. The Gospels tell us that Jesus visited the temple many times. He taught in its courtyards, debated with religious leaders, and even drove out the money changers, declaring that his Father's house should be a house of prayer. The Western Wall, also known as the Wailing Wall, is a remaining part of the retaining wall of Herod's temple. Today, it is a place of prayer for people from around the world. Standing near the Western Wall, you can imagine the crowds who came during Passover, the families offering sacrifices, and the discussions about faith and law that took place. Jesus' teachings at the temple often focused on justice, mercy, and the true spirit of worship. He challenged the people to look beyond rituals and embrace the heart of faith. His connection with the Jewish traditions of the temple helps us understand his mission. He honored the law but brought a message of love, forgiveness, and a new covenant. Walking on the Temple Mount today, you walk on ground where history and faith intersect, and you can almost hear the echoes of teachings that have inspired generations. Another important place in the Old City is the Via Dolorosa. This path is believed to be the route Jesus took on the way to his crucifixion. Today, pilgrims from around the world walk this path, reflecting on the suffering and sacrifice of Jesus. The route begins near the Lion's Gate and winds through the busy streets of the Muslim quarter. It is marked by 14 stations of the cross, each representing a moment in Jesus' final journey. One of the stops is the Ecce Homo Arch, where it is believed that Pontius Pilate presented Jesus to the crowd, saying, "Behold the man." Another place is the Stone of Anointing, located in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where it is believed that Jesus' body was prepared for burial. As you walk the Via Dolorosa, you pass markets filled with the sounds of vendors, the scent of spices, and the voices of pilgrims praying. Each station invites reflection on the journey Jesus made, from taking up his cross to his crucifixion and burial. Walking this path is not just a historical journey, it is a spiritual experience. It helps believers connect with the suffering of Jesus and the love that led him to the cross. The Via Dolorosa is a reminder that faith is not just about belief but about understanding sacrifice, compassion, and hope. At the end of the Via Dolorosa stands the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, one of the most important sites in Christianity. This church contains the sites believed to be Golgotha, the place of the crucifixion, and the tomb where Jesus was buried and resurrected. The church has a long history, built and rebuilt over centuries, reflecting the faith of millions of pilgrims who have visited it. Inside, you will find the stone of anointing, where Jesus' body is believed to have been prepared for burial. Nearby is the Chapel of Golgotha, where you can see the rock believed to be the site of the crucifixion. You can descend further into the church to reach the aedicule, the small structure that houses the tomb of Jesus. Here, pilgrims wait to step inside, pray, and reflect on the resurrection. The atmosphere inside the church is filled with prayers, candlelight, and the scent of incense. It is a place where faith becomes real, where hope meets history. The location of the Holy Sepulchre has been supported by historical and archaeological evidence. Early Christians identified this site as the place of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, and it has been honored since the 4th century. Different Christian denominations share the custodianship of the church, reflecting the unity and diversity of the Christian faith. Visiting the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is not just a historical journey, it is a spiritual pilgrimage. It reminds us of the hope that the resurrection brings and the faith that has endured for centuries. The impact of Jesus' life and ministry extends far beyond the walls of Jerusalem. From the streets of the Old City, the message of love, forgiveness, and salvation has reached every corner of the world. Jerusalem remains a place of faith, where people come to connect with their beliefs, to pray, and to seek understanding. The Old City, with its ancient walls and sacred sites, continues to inspire pilgrims and visitors. It is a place where history and faith meet, where stories come alive, and where the past speaks to the present. Walking through the Old City, you see the diversity of faiths, the unity of hope, and the ongoing story of a city that has shaped the world. The influence of Jesus' teachings can be seen in acts of kindness, in movements for justice, and in the hearts of those who seek to follow his example. The Old City is not just a historical site, it is a living testament to faith, hope, and the enduring message of Jesus. As we end this journey, we encourage you to explore further. Read the Gospels, learn about the history of Jerusalem, and if possible, visit these sites to experience their meaning firsthand. Thank you for joining us as we explored the evidence of Jesus in Jerusalem's Old City. If you found this video meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who may want to explore the footsteps of Jesus. Comment below and let us know what part of Jerusalem's story touched you the most or what questions you have about Jesus' life in the Holy City. Your support helps us continue creating in-depth content that connects history, faith, and learning. Until next time, may peace and hope guide your journey.